Hi, Theo from Apify here. Today we'll be discussing the newest AI tool from Apify, AI Product Matcher, and how to use it to automate product mapping. First of all, what is product mapping, or product matching, as it is often called? Product mapping is the process of identifying the same products across different online shops. Retailers use the matched product data for price comparison, dynamic pricing of their products, and competitor analysis. So there must be some software for this, you ask? To some extent, yes. But this task is very challenging for machines compared to humans. Why? Well, as you probably know, all online shops display their items differently, even if we are talking about the same items. Take a look at this laptop. It has a name, a price, a description, and a bunch of specifications. Now take a look at this one. Well, this is the same company, but a different model, you might say. It is obvious to us because we know which differences matter: the resolution, storage capacity, and the noticeable price difference in this case. But the lack of a standard website layout makes this comparison very challenging for computers. Believe it or not, humans are still better at identifying important differences between two items than most of the available tools. However, manual product mapping is typically expensive, slow, and difficult to scale. Oftentimes, mappers literally log the product details into an Excel sheet one by one. And even if you automate this data collection part by using web scrapers, for instance, that data itself is not enough to identify the pairs among scraped products. Someone has to go through it, clean it, and map it. And before they're done, it's time to do it again. So is there a way to make product matching more scalable? At Apify, we've mastered the tools capable of extracting product data from e-commerce stores, and it was high time to create a tool that was also able to find matching pairs among them. That's where AI Product Matcher comes in. This AI model compares products from different web stores and identifies which ones are the same. Web scraping plays a huge role here as an initial step, because nobody wants to make decisions based on old data. We want our business and pricing intelligence to work with fresh data only. Now, you might be wondering, what can I use this tool for? Here are a couple of ideas. Replace manual mapping. If you're on the lookout for an automated product mapping tool, our AI Product Matcher will be an affordable and accurate solution for your problem. Support manual mapping. The strength of manual mapping is its unparalleled accuracy, but if you want tens of thousands of products or want results real fast, this can be a problem. Large quantities of data require hiring large amounts of people to sort through them, meaning much higher costs, more complex hiring, supervision, and data quality assurance, and slower data processing and mapping. Luckily, we can help you, even if you want to keep the advantages of manual mapping, by providing your mappers with a list of suggested product pairs. Then you can just have them check the veracity of these suggestions. This will be much more efficient than having to go search for the products on the online shops themselves, and will require far less training. You can achieve this by using the matcher in the recall setting, which will be further explained by the end of this video. Another advantage of our approach is that you can extract the data and find matches on the same platform. And the best news is, anyone can learn how to use it. So let's see how you can use AI Product Matcher. First of all, head over to Apify Store and find the Product Matcher in the AI category. Click on the Try Actor button, and now all you need is to provide your email. Now you're in Apify Console, your workplace for scraping and automation. Before you can start matching products, you need to find the products to match. You can do this by scraping websites in real time using our scraping tools, or by uploading your own dataset onto the platform. There's also a third option, creating your own scraper. We already have two datasets prepared, scraped from Walmart and Best Buy. If you want to know how to use those scrapers, check out the tutorials in the description. While our example works with Walmart and Best Buy, you can of course use data from any online shops as long as they have an English language version of their products. Now let's tell the Product Matcher what datasets it should work with. We're going to do this by simply copying and pasting the dataset IDs into the appropriate actor's input. The second part is a little more complicated. You need to fill out the attribute mapping section. In this input, you need to specify which fields in your datasets contain the information the matcher is trained to work with. Name of the product, its price, description, code, specifications. You can do this by creating a JSON object for each online store, such as this one. In this object, each property represents a piece of information the matcher needs, and the value of each property tells it which column in the dataset you've provided contains this piece of information. You can omit most of the properties, except for the ID, if you don't have the corresponding information available. However, you should keep in mind that the accuracy of the matcher depends on how much information it is given. So the fewer properties you give to the matcher, the less accurate the result will be. Once you are finished with the configuration, you can run the matcher by clicking the Start button. Wait until the actor finishes the run. You will know it's done when you see the Succeeded label appear at the top left. In our case, it only took a minute. Let's see the results in the Storage tab as an HTML table. As you can see, the run we did gave us 9 pairs in total, only 3 of them being positive. How do we know they are positive? Well, each row represents one of the possible combinations of the products between the two shops, and its predicted match and predicted scores columns contain information about whether the two products are the same and how certain the matcher is about that. The matcher considers 2 products to be the same by assigning them a score of 1 and different by giving them a 0. All the decimals in between indicate how confident the matcher is that the 2 products are the same, with 0.9 meaning it's almost sure that they are the same, and 0.1 meaning it's almost sure they are different. Keep in mind that these scores are just the matcher's opinion and sometimes might not reflect reality. In our case, we seem to have 3 product matches, a MacBook and 2 HP laptops. We found the same MacBook and same HPs across both stores, with scores around 0.99, meaning the matcher is very sure about it. Let's check the URLs. Yes, the products are the same. Now that you have the matcher set up, you can easily run it again and again just by changing the datasets and hitting the Start button. You can also set the entire pipeline from the scrapers to the matcher and schedule it to run automatically, making sure you're always on top of pricing changes. Alternatively, you could use the Pair Datasets field at the beginning. If you have a dataset where each row contains information about both products from both online shops you want to compare, you can use it. The matcher will be able to work with that too. One way you can get such a dataset is by building a scraper which takes information about products from one online shop as its input and uses them to search on the other online shop for potential matches, for example by feeding the product name into the search bar of the other online store. This will require more work on your part, but it can significantly decrease the costs of using the matcher. Instead of going through all the combinations of 2 products among the 2 datasets, it will only go through the potential matches you found, meaning fewer negative results and thus smaller cost. You can also configure 2 more things. Add more columns to the output dataset, or choose whether the matcher should be focused on precision or recall. The precision recall choice is necessary for product mapping because no machine learning model is perfect. A choice of one over the other will determine the model's focus on minimizing specific types of mistakes. Choosing precision will aim for highly accurate matches, but may result in more false negatives. Choosing recall will prioritize finding as many true positives as possible, even if it means more false positives. The choice here depends on whether you prefer accuracy or volume. Precision is always better if you want to use the produced matches directly, while the recall setting is good for producing a list of suggestions to make your manual mapping more efficient. You can read more about our AI product matcher in the resources in the description. That's it for today, but before you go, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more content on web scraping with Apify. And if you encounter any issues or if you love using AI product matcher, do let us know in the comments. So long, and thanks for all the likes.